So here's the home page. You click Start a System Build, and then these are the main components you need to buy. The CPU cooler, though, you don't have to buy. The CPU will come with a stock cooler. The only way you need a CPU cooler is if you're planning to overclock your CPU. And if you're not, it comes with a perfectly fine cooling fan. So anyways, you just click choose a CPU, and then here's what's great. It will list by order of popularity by what most people pick. So you can pretty much just pick the first one every time. Or just pick one of the first ones that has a price you like. You don't have to think about what you really need unless if you know what you need. AMD Ryzen's kind of like the knockoff brand. Intel Core i7's like the hardcore brand. I bought this one. Intel Core i7 8700K. Actually, no, I bought Intel Core i7 8700, which is here for $309. It's $378. It's an extra $70 if you get the K version versus just the plain one like this. K just means it's capable of being overclocked. If you don't want to overclock it, you just buy the normal. It saves $70. AMD Ryzen versus Intel. I think Intel's a little better, but Ryzen's cheaper for similar performance. So if you want to go all out, I'd buy Intel. If you want to save money, buy Ryzen, and you should get similar performance. But yeah, that's pretty much up to you if you want to do AMD or Intel. I've always had Intel, so I just went with Intel. I splurged. But AMD Ryzen 7 1700 would be a really good one. It's 3 gigahertz. It's got a lot of cores. That was the one I was looking at the most until I just decided I'm going to go all out and get the Intel i7 and spoil myself. i9 is $530, and that wasn't even out when I bought mine a year ago, so that's irrelevant. I would not buy the very highest one. I'd buy the highest one from a year back. That way it's a lot cheaper. So anyways, that's how you get your CPU. You don't want the case, so you could skip the CPU cooler. And then motherboard. Well, here's the thing. Once you pick your CPU, they will narrow down the motherboard list to stuff that has the same socket type as the CPU you picked. So the AM4 socket type will work with AMD Ryzen stuff. The LGA 1151 will work with the Intel stuff. But they're going to automatically narrow it down based upon which CPU you pick. So you need to actually pick it. So if I pick it like this, choose a CPU, and I do this one, and then I click add, then it has it, and now when I pick my motherboard, they'll automatically compatibility it. See, all those that weren't LGA 1151 are now removed from this list. So that way you don't have to worry about compatibility. You can just look based on price. And for the motherboard, if you're not doing overclocking, you can buy the absolute cheapest one. This is micro ITX. It's $70. You probably want a normal ATX like any other PC, unless you're trying to build a micro PC, which you can, or a mini ITX, which would be kind of cool to build a miniature PC. It should still work the same. But if you're just going based on ATX, then you just want to buy the smallest ATX on price. So MSI B360 Gaming Plus is $100. Looks like it's the only one under 100 that's a actual ATX. It's $99.89. So I would do that one. So you just click add, and then memory, choose memory. Again, these will be all compatible for you. And You really want DDR4 3000. That's pretty much what the cool guys get. 16 GB is fine. You might want to get 2 though. I need 32 GB because I open a lot of programs and videos and stuff. But if you don't do that, you can just get 16. I ended up buying an extra 16 like a year later. 16 will get you by for most stuff, but if you're a power user, you might want to double it up. Pretty much any of these are fine, I guess, as long as it's DDR4 3000. So you could just go with the top one. That's the most popular, so why not, just click add. It's so nice that warning, these parts have potential compatibility issues. What? See details. Intel Core i7, blah, blah, blah. Does not include a stock CPU cooler. Adding a CPU cooler to your part is recommended. That's weird, because mine came with a stock cooler. Oh, 8700K! I accidentally selected the K. X that out. Get the 8700. Not with the K. See, if you buy the K kind, it needs a special cooler, like a water cooler style. Because they know you're going to be overclocking it, you need a very powerful cooler. If you just buy the standard kind, it will come with a cooler, because the standard cooler will be sufficient. So see, that compatibility issue thing went away. So now we're good. Our build so far is $530. And then storage, you definitely want a SATA drive, because that's really fast for your operating system. And then you'll want the spinning disk style drive. I mean, not SATA, SSD. You'll want a solid state drive for your operating system run on, because that will load up programs and stuff really fast. Then you store all your pictures, movies, whatever extra stuff on a HDD, which says 7200 RPM, that kind. You'll want for like large storage, so like 1 terabyte. So I would go with the 1 terabyte Western Digital for $44.89 add. But I'd want to add additional storage, an SSD drive. And that one, 500 GB, should be fine to have all of your programs on it and have Windows run on that. That's $77.89. I'd add that. And then, so our total so far is $645. And that wasn't even including the extra 16 GB of RAM. Now, video card. Man, I wouldn't spend more than like $40, so honestly, like, I'd sort by price, because I'm not going to buy a gaming card. So, I'd want to go with the Radeon HD. Maybe go like 70. HD 54, 51 GB, 74, 76. I'd go with maybe something like that. A Radeon R7 350 Sapphire. Doesn't matter. I guess I'd go with that. It has 2 GB catch, $74.99. I'd just go with that. I mean, that'll run most stuff. Like, that's a gaming video card still. And with the other stuff preventing too much bottlenecking, that should still give good performance on most games. Case, I would reuse whatever case you have around the house. Everybody's got an old case. Just use your old case. Use your old power supply. It'll still work for this. I used a 20-year-old power supply from an old Dell, and it still will work. You don't need to buy a new power supply. Optical drive, you don't even need an optical drive. Just use a bootable USB drive for installing stuff. Well, no, you might need an optical drive to install Windows 7 on a new system. But who doesn't have an old CD-ROM drive or CD DVD drive? Just use your old one. Operating system. You should already have a bootable operating system on hand. Software you don't need. If you want to set up all of your software automatically, there's actually a really excellent utility to do so. Let me see in my notes. It is called Total Driver Pack Solution. Total Driver Pack Solution is a total package approach to getting all drivers for a PC automatically. Just be sure to uncheck a ton of stuff to save time on a new PC setup. So you don't want to install like necessarily trials of antiviruses and stuff. I don't like a lot of antiviruses. They slow your computer down. And they always give you like, do you want to allow this, whatever. I'm not into it. But yeah, Total Driver Pack Solution will get you all your drivers set up and get everything working. And you don't need a sound card. That's all built into any modern motherboard, sound processing. Use your old computer, keyboard and mice. So yeah, I would be done at that point. And this build I just came up with is $720. Most likely you won't even need to buy this 7200 RPM 1 terabyte drive. Most likely your old computer has that as well, so you could get rid of that. And if you already have a solid state drive running your operating system, you can get rid of that as well. But most people that have an older computer don't have that. They might just have a normal hard drive. So this is a huge upgrade. If you get a solid state drive, it will load up programs so fast from your hard drive. So I would recommend installing Windows on that and then having all of your personal files on a separate drive. And this way also, if you get a virus, your personal files aren't lost. I store nothing on my primary drive partition that Windows is stored on. This way, when I get a virus, it doesn't make me lose all my stuff. I also have software that I created that backs up all of my files. So even if somebody sent me a WannaCry virus, it wouldn't matter. Everything's backed up to a server. I would just reformat my computer. I'd still have all of my personal files. So WannaCry virus wouldn't make me want to cry at all. I'd laugh. I wouldn't care. It'd take me like an hour to get back up and running, as if nothing ever happened. So anyways, this would be a really good build for like a typical gamer, but you can obviously splurge $400 on a video card. I just don't think it's necessary. But you can go as high as you want. And like I said, if you want to know what other gamers are buying for a video card, click choose video card, and it lists it from most popular to least popular. So GeForce RTX 2070 8GB cache for $500 is the most popular thing people buy. GeForce GTX 1070 is also popular. You could go with the Radeon RX 580 for $195. It looks like it's only $195, and it's the second most popular thing people buy. So I would say that would be an excellent choice if you're really serious about gaming. This would be a solid gaming video card. I think GTX 1070 is like super popular as well. There's no price here though. That's weird. GTX 1050 Ti 200. I'd probably go with the Radeons though. Here's a 150 Radeon RX 570. That's a great gaming video card, I think. I wouldn't want to get into $400 or $500 for a video card. I'd want to keep it. If I were serious about gaming, I'd want to get maybe something like this, or maybe I'd go as high as 200. But that just is really tough. I'd want the 150. I think if I were like serious about gaming. I just could never see myself buying a $500 video card. That's for gamers that are rich, I think. But like I said, you can get away with just a $50 or $70 one. That's still going to be pretty good. Which will get you by at low settings for games, and you can still be competitive. I use Windows 7. What I just did for you, teaching people how to build a PC with PC Part Picker, I'm going to release a YouTube video about it. I'm sure a lot of people already have, but whatever. I might get a lot of views for that. Some people might like to see me explain how I do it, how I did it. And it's good for me to see someday if I forget, when I go to upgrade my computer next time, it'll be a nice review. Because I still had all that information fresh in my head from the last time I went through the process, which was only about a year and a half ago I bought my new computer. So another good thing is once you pick out all of your parts, you have a price now, and you can save it. You can log in and you can save your list, and you know the amount of money you need to buy your dream computer, your next big upgrade, and you write down that as a savings goal in your savings goal savings account. You can create a Smarty Pig savings goal account where you have many savings goals with dollar amounts and goal dates you want to hit it by, and automatic transfers of money into your savings goals each month. And this way you can save up for many different savings goals at the same time. I believe ING Direct is an online bank that allows setting up multiple goals in an online user interface like that as well. But smartypig.com I think is great, and it has like 1.7% interest as well right now, which is nice as a bonus. And you can save up for all kinds of stuff: vacations, retirement, medical emergencies, repaying a loan to somebody, whatever you want. I have over 70 savings goals in there, and I have thousands of dollars saved, divided up amongst those various goals. For example, let's say your wife gets in a car accident, and she's like, "Can you help me?" And I'm like, "Sure, I'll pay a third. I'll help out a third." So we calculate the total cost of the wreck and all the aftermath and what that entails and how much it's all going to be. And let's say that's like $3,000, and my third would be $1,000 to chip in. Well, I'm not just going to empty $1,000 out of my checking account today, so I would create a savings goal account saying repay wife's car wreck fund, and it will have a $1,000 goal, and I'm willing to contribute $15 to $20 a month in perpetuity until the $1,000 is met. And so I would repay her, and she'd feel good knowing I'm going to cover a third of it. And so she gets that feel-good feeling, oh, he's helping me out, I'm happy. But I don't take a major hit $1,000 out of my checking today. So it's just a $15 or $20 a month commitment, which would take 5 years, but eventually, or how much is that? $150 per year? 10? I don't know, like 6 or 7 years later, you could give her the $1,000 once that goal is met. So it wouldn't be an instant gratification thing for her just to get that reimbursement right away, but she would know that you're going to help out eventually. Now, if you're doing really well financially and you have just tremendous money sitting around, sure, give her the $1,000 that day. But if funds are tight, it's just you could set up a payment plan so that you can still help her up to the amount you agreed upon, but it's something you don't have to think about. It's just a passive withdrawal from your checking each month, and you can set it to an amount you're comfortable with according to your monthly budget and all the other things that money's going out each month. and make sure you're not putting unnecessary stress on yourself financially in the process. And this is how you can handle crises really well. Um, but yeah, that's how I would recommend saving up as well for like an upgraded computer or a new printer or some new car part that's really expensive, like a new muffler system, whatever it is. You just create a savings goal and make a commitment of contributing a certain amount through automated contributions at the end of each month. And you can slowly build up these different types of goals. It's really nice for money management. And it takes away financial stress in a big way. You know where your money's going, and you can tweak the amounts of different things based on some high priority thing that comes up. Like if you're planning to have a baby and need to buy a bunch of stuff for the baby, you might lower your wife's car wreck reimbursement monthly contribution from 20 down to 10, and then take the 10 you borrowed from that and put that toward the baby fund. So you can play with the numbers in order to give you peace of mind. And so you can rebalance your monthly budget. And you should have a monthly budget Excel spreadsheet to show where all of your money is going each month and agree upon that with your wife. Budgeting is very, very important to have good finances as a couple and not go into debt and get out of debt. So that's what we do.